infected and remain stagnant. Fucking idiot.
We're just saying.
Shut up! We're just saying if you get the virus, you're more likely to die than recover, given current statistics. And you know what you said to that fucking claim, Deku? You know what I heard you say in this fucking room? Oh. I agree. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah,
he still agrees.
I've never contended that claim.
Okay, so what are you doing fucking yapping your gums, bud?
I'm just saying you're more likely to survive.
Well, you just said you're less likely to die than survive.
Yeah, because as far as
that's the opposite of what Pogan just said and which you agreed to.
Oh my fucking! Look at this dishonest.
Wait, recover. Are you saying recovery is equal?
He said it in a way that was nuanced. He said, "Remain living rather than recover."
Yeah, I'm saying you're more likely to live than die.
What the
that
hell?
way he can account for the people who are undetermined yet. You just put them all in the remaining living box.
Well, yeah, it's only a 2% death rate, right? Of course, you're like these people are probably not going to recover, but they could like remain living, as far as I'm aware, right? Because, like Pogan said, I'm not going to speculate on future numbers.
Yeah, they're more likely to die than remain living.
I'm not going to speculate on future numbers.
Yeah, let's.
Jesus.
Wouldn't want to do that.
They're definitely more likely to recover than remain living.
Ooh.
Notice I'm being very quiet about this whole thing.
Wait, they're more likely to recover than compared to stay living?
Pretty sure that's what you're saying, buddy.
I don't even know if you can compare those two things.
Oh my! Are you really still going? What the fuck is wrong?
You compared them. You compared dying to remaining living. Why can't he compare recover to remaining living?
Oh my god! I don't know how many times I have to go over this. Look, the claim is just if you get
we
the
get
virus,
it. We get it. We get it.
I don't get it. Please
he gets it. He gets it. He gets it too. He agreed with you.
Nobody's contending your claim, Poke.
Don't you fuck her up.
Wait, but you said that you're less likely to die than to live if you contract the virus.
Yeah, it's because it's only 2%
That's wrong,
death rate, right? Oh, wait, what's the argument for that?
Oh no!
Oh my fucking!
But you
god.
said that nobody's contending the claim, but what you just said yeah to was the opposite of the claim.
Oh, it's not the opposite at all.
Why?
As far as I'm aware, all of these people could stay infected and not recover.
Yeah, that's the remain living loophole. Made famous now by Deku?
I'm not gonna speculate on the future numbers, right? Just like
oh my
I
god,
can't
please,
on the future recovery rate.
I'm not gonna speculate.
How do you even speculate on future numbers? What does it even mean?
Why don't we speculate on how many fucking tons of fucking licorice I eat in a year? That's about as fucking productive as you coming up with these weird interpretations of the data like remained living. Shut the fuck up. Dude, look, 213 is a bigger number than 187, okay? You conceded the claim that was on the table, and now we know what you're doing. You're just getting up on your little fucking Fisher-Price toy microphone and trying to spin some yarn about how you're not on. Fuck you, dude!
Well, Poigan, as far as I'm aware, 2% is smaller than 98%, right?
Hey, listen.
It's not more. 2% is less than 98%.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I fucked up there. Wrong way around.
Listen,
yeah, that has no bearing on our claim.
Oh, I never argued it.
I know what the problem is with Deku.
I never argued it. I never argued against your claim.
I figure out what the problem is with Deku. He doesn't understand the concept of less and more.
I mean, maybe
that's the problem. See, we really should have take care of that first. Okay.
All I know is 20,000 is more than 80.
That's all you know? Could you compare 2 and 9? Or just no? Just 20,000 and 80, that's it.
With this shit, Helena?
But he said all he knows concerns.
I mean, technically that's a lot.
And 80.
I know other things like, how to click the push to talk button and other things. But
you could use the same logic you used with 20,000 and 80. to two numbers like the number 2 and the number 10, couldn't
Yes,
you?
6 is bigger than 4. 10 is smaller than 15. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I can apply this rule of less and more to many things.
Oh my god, you fucking idiot. Look, the claim was just that you're more likely to die than recover.
I haven't heard Helena.
Oh yeah, I
this-
never
this
contended
much
that
fun in a
claim.
while.
I
What
just
do
said
you
that.
mean you
She's
never
really
fucking
enjoying
contended
herself.
claim?
I said the death rate. I said the death rate was 2%, right?
You're a fucking...
No, you said you used the term fatality rate, and then I asked you if by that you meant mortality rate, and then you said yes, and then I asked you if do you mean by that?
Oh, no.
And then I asked you.
If you were to go back in the recording, I think you'll see that I said, yeah, fatality, and you're like, oh, what do you mean by that? And I was like, oh, you mean death? Like, I mean death rate. I can use death rate if you want. You're gonna.
Deku's probably the most dishonest person in this community.
I don't know about that one.
Oh my god.
I think you can. If there was a recording, you can
this
scroll
guy,
back.
hold on a sec,
and I'll be
Catholic traditionalist. This guy, gotta box him. This guy is from YouTube, and he asked me if I'm. Hold on a sec, he asked me if I believe in God. I said no, and he said, "Would you be willing to debate in Discord?" And he said, "What
Get
about
this piece of shit and trash? Look,
all right,
what are these people doing?
All right, take it easy. Take it
Yeah,
easy.
calm down. Calm
I'm
down.
fine. I'm perfectly calm. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Don't even,
Okay,
like,
that's good. I'm glad to
look,
hear.
just
Look,
maybe
it's
if I wasn't
understandable.
overtalked, you know?
Pogan was really worked up because of the off the charts rate of death with this new virus.
I just can't believe people aren't taking this seriously. I mean, 213, 187. Not looking good, folks. I'm just saying.
See, Tawdry Hepburn in YouTube says, "Isn't the mortality rate 3 out of 100?"
What a fucking dumbass. Get this fucking idiot in here.
Oh, Method's here, but he's a troll, so.
Yeah, Method would say some shit like, all the numbers are fake, you know? There is no coronavirus.
Yeah, you'd say 100% of the people who recovered still died later.
Yeah, but due to what?
It could have been due to complications.
Recover is in relation to if the virus was the direct cause of death.
Maybe the virus just has an incubation period of 60 years.
Right, like there are complications. It's like one of those. You ever had one of those Tums that are like delayed release? It's like
yeah,
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's virus related. It's the cover up.
These YouTube people need to get in here. This is ridiculous. You shouldn't be allowed to just say things online.
What's the view count at for YouTube? How many people you got? What? Never mind. Doesn't matter.
I have learned that it's likely that all the people that I sent my lectures to have not listened to them.
That's false.
Except for
Because they sound chipmunky now that I've heard them. So somebody would have said something. Well, one person did and helped me fix it. But
I thought you were
all
just
of the other
doing.
people-
I thought you were just inspired by Bun.
not had a time to listen to it yet. I definitely have a very big interest if I haven't heard.
What?
Huh?
Might be hot, Micah.
I have an interest in listening to it. I just haven't had the time to listen to it.
Well, be prepared. The sound is really weird, and some of them sound like a chipmunk. Some of them, I don't know all the technical terms, but they sound weird.
Chinky is correct. All right.
Oh, this guy says, there's too many chatters in here right now. Come to the Kingdom server whenever you get a chance. I'll get you the
Oh
invite.
Jesus!
Says asked to speak to Jonathan. Jonathan's the that Darth like right hand like lieutenant.
Jonathan's insufferable.
Yeah, he's horrible.
I showed in AY why one of Jonathan's text arguments was fucking stupid as fuck. So Jonathan, if you're there, what's up, buddy? You know, come
Oh wait,
into
Pogan.
Don't what? Why are you blue ball?
Hold on a second. You just gave me an idea. Wouldn't the mortality rate of 2019-NCOV, wouldn't that be great to do that and ask yourself?
Oh my god.
It would be the greatest thing ever, dude.
I'm gonna have to write a formal argument about why
Oh my
213 is
God.
greater than 187. Premise 1. 213.
Yeah, but 213 187 isn't a dog whistle.
If one
No, Pogan, you should just be like, you should just like start off like really casual. Just be like, yeah, I'm just glad I didn't get it. You know, I mean, I hope I don't get it because you know, you're more likely to die. But anyway, how about that Impossible Burger? You know, and then someone will just be like, hey, what'd you say? What do you mean? Oh, it's like, oh, you know, you just know how, like, you know, it's if you get it, you know, you're more likely to die. That's all I meant.
Man, what's up, fellow vegans? It's so crazy that if you get coronavirus, you're gonna, you know, it's more likely you'll die than recover. But you know, real concern about cows. Back to you, Isaac.
But anyway, like, yeah, fuck carnists.
I actually like the people in Ask Yourself.
Yeah, but anyways, who's buying Great Value brand kale versus the name brand? Anybody?
You have that one guy in chat that's like, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean you're more likely to die? Isn't the mortality rate 3%?
Right, and then Isaac's gonna just hit his ear just right, and he'll be like, wait, what did you say? What's this guy say? Is there anyone in there right now?
No.
Maybe tomorrow.
One day.
What about blue politics? Let's see.
That's a yikes-er.
Oh my god,
Really,
wait
those people here?
wait a minute. There's only 14 people in... Oh, this is the blue politics. Okay, here's the real politics.
Yeah, that's the wrong politics server.
Machiavelli would know. He's a fucking mod in Doobie's server, or so I'm told.
So is Osfox.
Hey, that's senior mod to you.
You guys hate your own server so much that despite being mods in there, you come over here to actually talk. It's funny.
Because I don't talk on that server. I just fucking wrangle idiots all day.
Yeah, but why?
Was an atheist. I remember he said to me, it's like you're disrespecting my God when you say you don't believe it. And I looked at him and said, I would disrespect them too, so yeah.
Spectacular?
Yes.
Pogan, you want to try it in ACA?
Someone link me that?
I don't think they have links. Wait, is Pogan here? Pogan left?
How do you get in if there's no links?
I don't think they have invite links. They're really like touchy about that.
Does Doobie ever promise you to do stuff and then not do it?
Talking to me?
No, the blue politics mod.
Promise what? What do you mean?
You know, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm 100% gonna do that. 100%. I just gotta get home later, and then I'll do it." And never responds. Oh, Hogan.
No. Doobie's
You there,
more of an
Hogan?
absentee owner.
Hogan, you there, buddy?
Doobie comes over here pretty often, comparatively. I don't see him in politics too much.
So who
He's in
runs shit?
Columbian Club all the time.
So who's the dude that runs shit over there, huh?
Tom, I'd like to direct your attention to general chat, just very briefly, if you don't mind.
Hey,
Well,
Hogan, you're back. You there, buddy?
Where is
Doobie's
that?
like Doobie's
Hey,
like
why?
the figurehead.
Oh my god. That's so hilarious.
Hey, Pogan, do you hear me now?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to apologize to you. I thought that you were talking about Mikhail, Bakunin when you were actually talking about Murray Book. My mistake. I've actually been reading up about Murray Book.
Yeah, it's Bookchin, but I accept
Yeah.
your apology.
Yeah.
The only problem is I'm banned from AY.
Really?
Why?
Why?
What do you mean why? I was banned like a year and a half, 2 years ago because I was begging him. He wanted to just like keep debating me, and I was like, I don't want to make you mad. And he's like, why? And I was like, because I don't want to get banned, and I think if I keep talking to you, I'm gonna get banned. And then he said, no, if you keep talking to me, I promise you I won't ban you. And then he banned me when I kept talking to him because he said I was being dishonest or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Bryn that responded to me.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's Bryn.
Oh, GG, boy.
I'm gonna
He's
lose.
right.
I'm gonna lose.
Concede, hurry.
Yeah. Do you
exact
really
same
think
thing
you have a
to me.
chance against him?
Or Hogan, maybe you can you can dare it to fly close to the sun. Give it a try.
Bryn is like the final boss of debating, kind of.
Wait, I just
Brenda
won.
got owned
I
by
just won the
Peter
argument.
Swift.
Guys,
What
I
the
just won
fuck?
the argument.
No, you
Really?
didn't.
How?
Look at what he said. Look at the screenshot.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow.
GG, easy.
GG, Bryn. GG. Wow, man. Testament to how powerful it is, man. What did you just post the numbers, the recovery and deaths, and that was it?
I literally in text chat wrote 213 greater than 187. Just literally like this exact.
Oh, he just posted standard deviation showing how that's within the margin of error, being less likely to die.
Wow. That's great.
I'm not a troll. Why are you lying, Jovan? Oh, he's not even in chat. That's weird. Why would you agree with that, Helen?
Come on.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, it's you need like other openers, Bogan, like wow, it's just crazy that the recovery rate is less than the death rate. Wow.
It's so crazy that you're more likely than not to not recover from coronavirus.
Yeah, by 3%.
Yep, it's crazy.
If you say 3%, they're gonna think that you are confusing the mortality rate.
Yeah, because everyone who hears mortality rate thinks that 3% mortality rate means if you get it, there's a 3% chance you'll die. That's what everybody thinks. I thought that's what I meant.
Really?
I was wrong.
We're still talking about coronavirus?
Yeah.
This needs to be tag team, and it needs to be a good cop, bad cop scenario where there's somebody egging the
Oh
other
my
person
god, that's
on.
even better, Sam.
Yeah, yeah.
Like like a mole, like you know, like when a snake oil salesman goes to like a new town and like one of the people that says like, "Oh man, my back hurts," and then he's in the stance, but he's like in cahoots with the guy. So someone would be like, "Hang on a second, what do you mean that you're more likely to die? That doesn't sound right."
Yeah, that would be the best way to.
Shill.
You know, Tom, that sounds like a dubious claim.
Hold on a second. I thought the mortality rate was only 2 to 4%.
Funny you mentioned that, random stranger.
I think the technical term is a gull.
Gull?
Yeah, as in gullible, I think.
Oh.
This is what I live for.
There's a thread on Reddit that is like auto updating. It's like one of those sort of dynamic threads. They just keep going and they just keep updating it, but it's got the numbers like even higher, and it's well over 10,000 infected now.
It's way more than that. China underreports.
Yeah, it's even worse.
Sorry, has there been a development?
Yeah, there has been a development. It's crazy. You know, you're more likely. It's just crazy that you're more likely to die than survive the coronavirus. It's just like, whoa.
Isn't that
Anyways.
just nuts? Excessive. That's just crazy.
Anyway, Ix, so yeah, what else is new?
I thought the mortality rate was like 10%.
What's that? Wait, Ix, what's that? What'd you say?
I heard the mortality rate for it was 10%.
10%. 10%.
Has that been revised?
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I think it's like 2%.
Oh, so you're just saying that I see what you're saying. You're saying that you saw somewhere like probably that the recovery rate was less than 10%? Is that what you mean?
But I heard 187 people.
Shut up. Yes. Wait. Not. Let Ix respond to that question, please. Sorry, I didn't mean to be mean to you.
Yeah, well, I mean 10%, but I mean it's just crazy when you think about that the recovery rate is less than that, you know? Anyways, how's ACA going?
Good. Had the Flossatrolls in there.
Oh, cool.
Last few hours. I was gonna come in here, but that asshole record was.
You know, it's incredible. Like, we could solve this really simply. Let's see. Google coronavirus mortality rate. Oh, look at this. 2%. Interesting.
Oh, yeah? Name one law that benefits men over women.
I'm sorry. What?
That was
Why are
pretty
you
funny.
bringing up the mortality rate? What's the relevance?
No, he's making a reference to something really funny that happened yesterday, the philosophy chat.
Oh,
we were,
yeah,
we were discussing something like we were talking about like problems, like the pragmatics vindication of induction, and we were talking about like whether the pragmatic solution, which is about you know, predictions for things that approach a limit, only seems to apply to like law-like things. And someone said, name one law that applies discriminatorily to men
To
instead of
women.
women. To women instead of men. Yeah. And we were like, what?
Was it the same person who was like, "Oh, so now you're going to bring morality into it"? Was it that same person?
Yeah.
Wow, Ix, that sounds really interesting. But what do you think of it being more likely that you'll die than recover from the coronavirus?
That doesn't sound consistent with the stats I've heard.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Oh?
Wait, what do you mean, Ix? Hold on a second. I thought I looked at these recently. Hey, have you seen the recent stats, Ix? You must have
I have
seen.
not, but the original stats were that you were like less than.
You cutting out.
You cut out.
The original stats that I saw when it first broke out was that something like less than the people
You keep
died.
cutting out. Can you adjust your sensitivity or something?
I'll just recharge my.
Recharge is what?
He's
I heard
just
the
gonna
mortality
say
was below 10%.
Ix always with the bad audio.
Oh my god. People either not being on Pusha Talk or not having their voice activation at the right threshold.
I just got home from work, dude.
Well, fix it.
What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's amazing that, like, I also, I came home from work earlier, and all I could really think about on the drive back was, man, you're more likely to die than recover from the coronavirus. It's just fucking crazy,
Yeah, dude. It's just like, oh fuck, it's practically a death sentence.
right? We're gone, dude. That's it. Humanity had a good run.
Did someone actually claim that earlier? Is that what the...
What do you mean? What do you mean claimed? It's justified.
Oh no, we were just looking at the stats. That's all. Anyways, this is
Did Sugar
crazy.
say that?
Huh?
Did Sugar say that like he couldn't die from it because of his vitamins?
No. I mean, if Sugar got the coronavirus, he would most likely die. Just crazy. It's just.
I mean, he's more likely to not recover.
If you didn't die from the coronavirus, you would be practicing Hinduism.
It's just like, how can you, it's just crazy. I mean, more likely to die than to recover from this fucking thing. I mean, what do you, like, man. Anyway, how was your work?
Today was a good day.
That's
Yeah, I guess probably didn't contract coronavirus because it'd definitely be a bad day. Most likely.
I mean, if I did, I would be as likely to be dead as to recover.
No, that's wrong. You'd be more likely to be dead. That's just
Why do
crazy.
you guys keep saying that? Didn't 187 people already make a full recovery?
Yeah.
Yeah, and 200 and something have died, right?
Yeah.
Some might,
to the
some,
best,
some
to
might
the
say
best of
that.
my,
What's that?
to
Some
the
might
best of
say
my
that
knowledge,
213 people.
213 is more.
Some might say that dying is the opposite of recovery. Don't you guys agree?
I don't know about that.
It's
Not
just
dying
crazy.
is
I
the
mean,
opposite.
like, when we put these numbers next to each other, like 213, 187. Wow, I'm just wow, guys. Anyway, heard anything new from EF, Darth Doc?
He tried to get into the ACA. He said that he doesn't know why he was banned from the ACA.
Probably to prevent the spread of coronavirus, I'd imagine.
He asked me to ask somebody.
He's just toxic.
Like the coronavirus.
What does that remind me of?
Reminds me of the coronavirus.
Do you know you're more likely to die than recover?
Oh my god.
Hey Gizmo, just sort of like just to quickly address. I mean, did you say something about like maybe something about the coronavirus isn't like that bad or something? Like I just kind of thought I heard you say something like
People are saying the survivability is high because 187 people, they fully recovered, didn't they?
So
213 died.
Do you think 187
well,
is do you think 187 is a larger number than 213?
Huh.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so that was a non-answer.
That could have
That's
been a dog
worse,
whistle.
That's a worse recovery rate than the Black Plague.
No, it's what? What?
What?
Gizmo, how would you determine the recovery rate?
I mean, I'm not going to be able to maintain the joke. That was all I had.
Oh, I see.
Like, isn't it Black
Wait,
Death
why do you
kill
think it's a
30 to
joke? It's
60?
a serious illness.
Yeah, X, this is serious.
Wait, do you actually... Hold on a sec. What is your actual position?
My actual position is going to be boring. It's going to be that there's an exponential number of cases until you hit saturation points. So you're not going to want to look at cases that didn't have enough time to resolve to recovery. So you're going to want to look at how long did the shortest time to enter the recovery category, what was that? And then exclude all current cases that are less than that elapsed.
Oh. So just deal with 213 and 187.
Well, the 187 is not going to be very meaningful because as exponentially there's more and more cases, the recovery is not going to be representative of how many people are going to recover. So you're going to look at the 213 and you're going to look at some vastly reduced amount of the other number. What is it, 9,000?
Yeah.
And then you'll get an estimated recovery rate.
Oh, you mean the recovery rate, the amount of recoveries over the total number of infected?
Well, not the total number of infected, just some portion of that that's had enough time to resolve to recover.
Well, then that would be the recovered.
No, the recovered number is not going to matter in this analysis.
The recovered number is not going to matter when we're trying to figure out the recovery rate?
Right, because as you have exponentially increasing number of new cases, then it won't be until there's saturation that the number of recovered will be reflective as a fraction of the total infection.
Yeah, but going off the data that we have now, it's just crazy how you're more likely to die. Man, just...
Oh, I agree with that. I think we're all going to die. That part I agree with.
We're all gonna die from coronavirus?
I think exactly 213 divided by 9,000 something of us are going to die.
Would that be the mortality rate?
Yep.
Would the recovery rate be 187 divided by the 9,000?
Yeah, we're more likely to die than recover.
Oh, I know, it's just crazy that that's the case, you know? Man.
It's totally crazy.
It's really fucking nuts.
Damn, man, fucking coronavirus, man. Like a death sentence.
Helena, what do you think?
It's like a death sentence.
Right, Helena.
Exactly.
No, I was actually in Chinatown a few days ago.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. No, stay away from there.
Were you more likely to die than recover?
Okay, so you're more likely to die than to recover from that shit. Don't
Fuck
play
y'all,
around,
fuck
dude.
y'all, your stupid coronavirus. Fucking swine flu.
Ace, we need you alive, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's more likely you'll not be alive than recover, you know? It's fucking nuts. Ace, how'd you do it, man?
I've got a good immune system. That's what.
Did you recover?
Yeah, fully.
So wow, you're actually a part of
188.
Right, yeah. You're a part of the minority. You know, it's more likely that you'll die than recover. It's crazy.
I know. Swine flu.
To be fair, this is only if you're Asian, right? Currently the recovery rate compared to death in the USA is 1 to 0. So technically, if you're, American.
Oh fuck, 100% recovery. Get wrecked, atheist.
Where's Vade when you need him to talk about how Chinese people are atheists and that way that.
Seeing 14%, 16%. Where are they getting 16% from?
That's just the CDC presuming how many people are gonna recover and die.
got
They're
it.
saying 14.
You gotta get
Well,
in
that's
there and get a couple other.
the CDC making projections.
No, I agree. They're insane, right?
It's almost like the CDC doesn't realize you're more likely to die than recover. Hell, that's just fucking crazy.
It's just crazy when you think about it, man.
It really makes you think.
It's crazy that you're less likely to live.
Yeah.
Whoa. Actually,
Might as well
more
fucking
likely.
rename it to 2019 - you're fucking dead. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy you're
Alright.
not less likely to not die. Crazy.
All right,
man.
I gotta go to bed. Good night, people.
Probably.
Good night, sweet prince.
Jesus. Method.
It's just snuggling the microphone. Don't bother.
Hmm.
I could make so many self-deprecating jokes right now, but I'm not going to.
Hi.
Why calling attention?
What?
Nothing.
What do you mean joke, Helena?
Oh, me? Joke? No, I didn't say joke.
I'm a fat.
Is nobody talking?
Yeah.
That is correct.
I'm too busy worrying.
Seth, we
about
were
the
just talking about
coronavirus.
how it's so crazy that the coronavirus is so deadly, more likely to die.
It's not.
If you're
Huh?
if
What do
you're
you mean?
more likely to die, if you're more likely to die, does it mean you're less likely to live?
So
Yeah.
last, like, I don't know. Do you guys know something I don't? 'Cause the last I read is it's half as deadly as SARS.
What do you mean?
Seth
Its
actually
its infectious rate compared to its death rate is makes it half as effective as SARS. SARS wasn't. I mean, it was a pretty big deal at the time, but in retrospect, wasn't a big.
It's less infectious, but you're more likely to die.
No,
from it
false. I don't know. I'm
Oh.
not. I made no statements about its infection. Its infection rate, but its death rate compared to who is infected is about half as deadly as SARS.
Yeah, but SARS, you had the advantage of having the virus basically run its course. This you only have like 5% of the people that have died or recovered. And the rest of the like 9,500 people are infected. You don't know what the outcome will be. Man, it's just crazy to think, man, that like if you get it, you're more likely to die than survive. It's crazy.
I don't know. I'd have to do some more reading on it. I've heard, like I said, just the opposite.
Didn't like
Well, I
hundreds
mean,
of people make a full recovery?
That's not true.
Yeah, so
because,
187 people recovered, but 213 died.
Yeah, do you see this in chat? What's up?
Yeah, what is this from?
This is from I'll give you the link.
Does that mean?
So it's pretty new.
they'll
I mean, if
never-
it's a viral I mean, these people still might be sick, but in like no danger of dying. Most people, as a matter of fact, again, from what I heard, most people who get the coronavirus get flu-like symptoms, a dry cough, a fever, et cetera, et cetera. And like as a point, I think it's not point, it's about 5% of people develop viral pneumonia, and those people are somewhat likely to die, especially if you have a compromised immune system.
But according to the stats, these 9,000 people aren't going to recover.
Yeah, it's just crazy that more than half of them are gonna die. Yeah, if current trends continue, it's just crazy to think about it. How deadly it is. Anyways.
Are we just gonna move on from that?
Well, I mean, it's just the numbers are the
I'm trying to
numbers,
figure out if
Gizmo.
I got bad information.
Oh.
I think it's it's insensitive to just move on with that many people dying. Like, it's too soon, man.
Yeah, half these people got a death sentence. Over half, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and I live in a Chinese area, so I think we have to tackle this issue. Because, I mean, pretty soon there won't be any, it'll be a white area if this continues. There won't be any Chinese people to speak of.
That's why you gotta get as many of them as you can before they're out of.
What is
Did you
this
say out of
website
stock?
I'm looking at?
Yeah, I said out of stock.
What is this website that I'm looking at?
I don't know, some upside that's automatically updating. There's another one. I can find another one on Reddit if you want. Let's see. Here's a Reddit thread which basically has everything updated. This is what Reddit has to say.
Yeah, that sounds really reliable. It's probably the
I
most
guess if
reliable source.
If people are more
Good night,
likely to
Helena.
die than to recover, I guess I'd rather we didn't talk about it.
This is from, I don't know where they're getting, let's see, where do they get these stats from? This is from BNO News? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, see, I keep, every time I look up how deadly is the coronavirus, I see more and more articles saying that it's less deadly than SARS. SARS killing about 10% of its victims, this killing about 5% of its victims.
Did you call it the protovirus, like in The Expanse?
Yeah, but they have access to the 9,500 in that case.
Yeah, why are people assuming, why did you say that the 9,000 are unlikely to recover? Where did you get that?
Oh, it's extrapolated from the current trend of people that have died and people
Current
that have...
trend of 5% of people who contracted dying?
More people who have contracted it have died than have recovered.
Fully recovered, right? I mean, but that, just because people are still sick from it doesn't mean that, I mean, so it could be a long-lasting viral disease, like a long-term flu, that people don't die from unless you get pneumonia, right? That's...
Well, the idea is that there's 3 categories, and the 9,776 will eventually filter into one of the 2 columns, either dead
or recovered. So from the data that we have now of 213 deaths and 187 recovered.
Well, that's bad. That's faulty because you're going to die sooner than people who have died from the virus die before anybody recovers from it. If you have two people who have the virus and one person dies, they're going to die before the other person's recovered, right?
I don't know.
Right.
Somebody
So
else was
the
saying the
idea that-
opposite. Someone was saying that they have flu-like symptoms for like weeks and then they just die. I don't think it's like they just die right away, but I don't know.
No. It doesn't matter if they die real quick. Look, if all things being equal, two people who contract the same disease and one of them dies, that one will die generally before the other one recovers. So the
Right.
idea that at any given time there's more people who've died than recovered is something you'd expect, even if it's not that deadly.
Just makes you think, like, why are we here just talking about this? We should be telling everyone. Should be
Yeah,
on Reddit
well, I don't
posting
know. I
everywhere.
mean, like most of these new infections are only days old anyway. I just don't really think we have much data to go on.
The important thing is to tell people that you're close to that you love them before they die from the virus. Because after they're more likely to
Who are
die
we
than
trolling?
recover, then
Well,
you're not going to be able to.
Well, Seth, would
You're not going to
you,
be able to tell them afterwards.
when you say
Say you love
recovery rate, I'm assuming you're getting that by dividing 213 with 9776, right?
I didn't say recovery rate.
I'm sorry, death mortality rate. Sorry, mortality rate. I misspoke. Seth?
What?
Yeah, when you were speaking about mortality rate, would you calculate mortality rate by dividing 213 over 9776?
What's the 213 number again? People who died?
Yeah.
No, obviously not.
Oh, I think that's how they do it. That's how they're coming up with the 2 to 4% number, isn't it?
What? No, that's because it's not 2 or 4%. What are you talking about?
It's not?
I don't think so. Maybe it is. I don't know. And do the math in my head real quick. Yeah, it's roughly 4.2% or 4.3%.
Yeah, that's where they're getting that number from. That's when they say the mortality rate of the coronavirus is around 4%. That's how they get it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not sure.
Well, we've been looking into it. That's how they get it. It's actually gone up from 2 to 4% because the mortality rate has increased. Anyways, if we were going to calculate the recovery rate as opposed to the mortality rate, how would we figure that out, Seth?
The same.
Using
I'm
180.
not convinced that's how they. I'm not convinced that's how they got the death rate.
That's how they do it. Why are you skeptical of that?
I'm just not. I mean, it seems a little naive to do that. That's all.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
agree.
people-
It's
so many organizations are reporting on that. If as if if coronavirus wasn't deadly, if that was the naive way where they were getting that.
yeah, that is how they get it. Yeah, it is, and I believe that it is misleading, right? Because the outcome is like up in the air. But that's how they do it. Yeah. So if there was some virus and it like just killed every single person, but it took like, but it infected like, 100 or 1,000 people and the first guy died, it would just have like if it was 100 people, there would be a 1% mortality rate when that one guy died.
even though it kills everyone.
Damn, sounds a lot like coronavirus.
It's just crazy that it's so deadly. Hmm?
I feel like I'm gonna die already.
Damn, sorry, man.
Tom, at what point are you gonna like play the national anthem and shut the room down and send us all to
Fuck, man. I don't know. It's bad out there. It's real bad.
To be fair, you're more likely to live with the coronavirus for the rest of your life.
Yeah, the rest of the 2 weeks of your life.
Seth, but look into it. But yeah, the recovery rate is less than the mortality rate currently.
Wait, has anyone
Wasn't that the
died
same
from
with
coronavirus?
SARS at this point? Yeah, lots of people died.
Wait, who?
Chinese people mainly.
I thought they were dying of
everyone who
pneumonia.
died from SARS.
Weren't they dying from pneumonia?
They die of pneumonia, right? From
Oh.
coronavirus. The way I understand it is most with coronavirus are generally okay. People, generally older people or people with compromised immune systems develop viral pneumonia, and those people are likely to die.
Should be telling people about this pneumonia outbreak.
Yeah, Seth. Who are those people in the background? Is that your family discussing a game plan for this coronavirus?
No, it's your family.
Yeah, well, my family, they're all dead from the coronavirus.
Yeah, is there anything you want to say to them?
I mean, I can't because they're dead.
Yeah, so it's not like people just die of coronavirus. It's not like people get the virus and they die of like coughing and like bleeding from their eyes and something specific caused by coronavirus, right? What's deadly about coronavirus is the viral pneumonia that it causes in immune compromised and older individuals. So if you don't get pneumonia and you have coronavirus, you're likely to be okay. So that's probably what they're banking on when they report their mortality rate at 4.3, 4.5. Let's just call it 5%, right? Because sure, only 5% of people have died who are infected, but those are the amount of those. Generally, it's 5% of people who develop viral pneumonia, and those are the people that die. Everyone else is expected to recover.
I'm pretty sure they get the death rate from just getting the number of people that have died so far compared to the infected.
Yeah, that's what I said. And in general, and people who develop, other people, that's about the rate also that people are getting pneumonia and die from the coronavirus. You don't just die from getting coronavirus; you develop viral pneumonia.
It's crazy how many people are dying of pneumonia. It's crazy.
Yeah, I have a theory that the IRS released this virus to specifically target people with debts.
Why would you want to kill people in debt? Then they can't pay you back.
No, it's more like a.
But did anybody hear the the arguments made by Trump's lawyers?
Yeah.
Trump. So let me get this straight. Look, did I hear this right, Gizmo? They believe that the president can't be impeached by doing any quid pro quo with a foreign government as long as they believe that their re-election is in the public interest.
Yeah, he said he was being strawman, but he didn't explain how it was any different from that.
That's bonkers. That is
Wait,
what
are they
he claimed.
Wait, have they switched to arguing that and they've admitted to quo pro though?
No, they're saying there was no quid pro quo, but even if there was, it wouldn't be impeachable.
That's like a child that's like, listen, I didn't steal the candy, but even if I did,
No,
I
no,
still
no.
ate my brother.
This is a fine way to argue legal arguments. That look,
Yeah, lawyers do
this
this
didn't happen.
for everything. But it's a very bad look.
What's a really bad look is saying that Donald Trump could literally, according to what they're arguing,